Here we are again, everybody. Been a little hiatus. Back to the meeting of the minds with Factual Actual LLC and a Better Way Fellowship. We are coming together to exchange ideas, let our minds meet and meld so that we can create a good space, a right space for our creator to resonate and resound and maybe help somebody. I'm Dwayne, and here is the founder of Factual Actual LLC, Dwayne.
Oh my God. How y'all doing, everyone? That intro was awesome. Kind of took me away. Yes, it's been a minute. Good to be back. This is therapy, what I'm saying, for me. So it's good to be back here, and you know, talking to the people that's willing to listen and try to help somebody. Uh how have you been, Bob?
I want to say that I'm so blessed I can't stand it. If I was any more blessed, it wouldn't be fair. Uh, got some good news. I got an announcement today that I want to make. We're one step closer. Here is the first rough draft of our booklet that we've been working on now for a while. This is the first rough draft. Now, it's probably going to be three or four more rough drafts before we get the finished product that will go to the printers. So I just want to give a little Thanksgiving out to everybody that's been a part of this that helped me, and I want to give all props to the creator. Had it not been him motivating me, I wouldn't have even attempted it. And you guys send positive energy through prayer that we finish this project and it becomes everything that the creator would like it to be. But I will be sending my son a copy of this, probably the third rough copy, which couple weeks. And it's just a booklet. It's not very major, and then we're going to get him to sign off on it. And when he signs off on it, we'll talk about going to a printer.
Oh, look, clap that up. Shoot. Hey, clap that up. Uh yeah, that's I love it. I uh, the you know, you it's it, man. So I talked to a gentleman that I haven't seen in probably 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And he was with his daughter out at the fest, and he's known to be a a little rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? He was out there. He came and spoke to me right away. I said, how you doing and everything. He said, I'm cool, man. Hanging around. And then he came, and then he left with his daughter, and he came back and he said, I want to tell you something. It's like you'll never guess who got a driver's license. And I say, who don't have a driver's license? And he was like, me. I'm like, boy, you ain't got a driver's license. He said, I ain't had a driver's license in 20 years. And I said, no, I seen you drive before. And I said, and I caught myself. I said, you know what? I've been seeing you get chauffeured around forever. And then he said, I want you to know it was thanks to you. And I said, what you talking about? Thanks to me. And he said, I stopped drinking. And he said, and the reason I stopped drinking was I was listening to you. I said, well, I said, I did what? I said, I couldn't believe it. Hey, I was like, congratulations, And he said, I could think clear. He said, you was right. And when I stopped drinking, I was able to think. And he getting his shit together. And hey, I just want to applaud that gentleman. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought, never ever. I've seen him drink bottles of tequila. We drunk all night together. You know what I'm saying? And for them words to come, that that was like the highlight of definitely of my day, and I had a pretty great day. I am a blessed. I'm blessed. Oh my God. Then that just added on to it. And shouts out to that gentleman. And that's I respect that for sure.
You got
Yeah.
my support. Uh, I
So
tell you what, uh, you're making a difference, and you can't put a price tag on that. Hearing that, you just can't put a price.
you can't. Yeah. So
You know how they
yeah.
say, if I do this and it helps just one
One.
somebody,
Oh
it would
man.
be worth it. Well,
Yeah.
you know, it helps more than just one person, but you're only shooting for that one person. But man, it just kind of grows, and
Yeah.
I've uh, I've had the privilege of helping a lot of people see better. I mean, spiritually over the last 40 years, and there's no greater reward uh, other than just knowing that my children are doing well. That tops the list. But to know that you help someone to see the light for themselves, not seeing my light, but but getting focused in on their own light. That just makes
Yeah. Clap it up. Clap it up, man. Hey.
keep up the good work, son.
Thanks, Pop. So uh in other news, you know what I'm saying? I kind of want to throw magnets out there right quick. You know what I'm saying? I like to collect my data and stuff, and I have I have two bracelets, you know what I'm saying? I have a few bracelets, you know what I'm saying, just in case. And you were talking about the two bracelets and the different hemispheres and everything. And I tell you what, it's amazing what happens when you put the one on the other side of your wrist. That's already something. And for me, you know what I'm saying, I've been wearing the one and it's been so beneficial to put it on the other wrist. But so I'm thinking, let me put it on my leg or something like that, you know. So what happened was my leg was hurting, and I put it on that leg, and that leg stopped hurting. It wasn't feeling right. It stopped hurting, you know. And then I said, I got a bad ankle over here. Let me go throw it on here. You know what I'm saying? So I threw it on the same side over here with the ankle, and it kind of stopped. And I'm like, but this the balance just doesn't seem right, you know. So I put it back on the leg, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna leave it on the other leg since it's working, bruh. I know magnets work because my legs start fucking vibrating and stuff. So you can't really look, you can't it not in the sense of vibrating, but you could feel like I could literally feel it. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was really like saying, hey, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? You don't need all it. Like I could literally put it on the spot and get relief and then go away from that and be okay as opposed to leaving it on there. I don't that's definitely something I don't recommend at this point. You know what I'm saying? For me, once I had the two and I crossed them that way, it no, it was I don't think I even slept at night, to be honest. You know what I mean? So I don't so it does do something. It where it goes does matter. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. So but I've seen on both wrists, I've been seeing a very positive effect. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to say I agree with you because it helped me, and I will do this disclaimer again. We try to do this at least once the broadcast.
Yeah.
This is what happened for me. And this is what I believe, and
True that.
everybody's different. I know, but we're our catalog is growing of people who are saying the same things that we're saying, and uh, I looked up. My mother-in-law is wearing her magnet religiously. Uh,
Is she? Oh, she gonna take it off now, huh?
yeah, my mother-in-law is the type. She's not gonna give you credit for anything, but you can look at her actions to know how she feels about it. And I looked up every day. I look up. She's got her magnet on, so it worked for me. And I can say overall, liquid powder. I think about life since liquid powder and and how it was before liquid powder. And man, it if it works, it works. That's
If
I
it
don't
works,
need
it
to
works.
know the science. All I know is the quality of my existence is better uh, having discovered liquid powder and its potency. So uh, Factual Actual showed me some things that you know. So it works, and it works for me.
Yeah. I want to throw. I think a better way. You know that when we started talking about that concept when you talking about a better way. There's got to be a better way to do things. What you've brung with the spiritual side of it has helped me. I was always, I'm data logic guy and physical in there, and like, and I was really having a problem getting to that spiritual side of things, and the growth that I've had on that side, and how I'm carrying myself is a whole lot better than where I was, you know. And I definitely owe that to this program, and we already know I got a big mouth, and I'm gonna do what I say. So it ain't that. So I was lacking, on my mental and my spiritual, and that's where that better way came in for me. You know what I'm saying? And that I would say that was more that gentleman. You know what I mean? It was more me relaying things that you brung that made sense that I carried on to him that brung him to that point where he's been sober. I I was never one to necessarily advocate not drinking per se, but I knew somebody that did. You know what I'm saying? So my words came from a better way in our program. Just want to put that out.
Say I know how he feels when that set of driver's license showed up in my mail. I can't the joy that came over my well being when I got my driver's license back. And so uh, this program and what I'm hearing, those people that watch it, they're saying the same thing. You and I aren't the only one that's saying this. They see our program and the the atmosphere that you and Chris and Antonio created uh, made a great platform for uh, reaching other people because you know lectures have their place, but it's just something about the group sharing. There's just energy there to help people aspire, you know, to be better, to feel better. And that's what we're all about, feeling better. I'm through with if it comes across the airwaves, uh, you know, like my son says, I have to research it. I have to research it. And my son is adamant. Dwayne Jr. He just never takes one source, and which is great. But now that my mind is open enough to consider the sources, I'm not inclined to believe any of it.
I wouldn't. I look. You know, they say. You ever heard the? I'm asking a silly question. Of course, you've heard it. Some say the expression. How you start is how you finish. Right? So if
Yeah.
the first fucking program I saw was a lot, the last one is gonna be too. So I mean, what's the point? Shit. all I gotta do is look at the first one. If it's bullshit, the rest of it's gonna be bullshit too, man. It's just what it is, you know.
So
But
the focus we have is on good physical health and good spiritual health, and we just talk about some things that have worked. And I'm telling you, I'm open now. If someone says, I don't know about you guys, but this helped me, then, you know, I'm open to at least try.
yeah. So I I kind of want to bring up something that we started discussing a little bit before the broadcast started about internet. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind, if we bring it up. And and as soon as you said not having internet, my first thought was literally like, oh shit, that would be terrible. And that thought in itself is already bad. But then my senses kicked in and I said, now, wouldn't he be able to get so much more shit accomplished now he's stuck back there looking at that TV? And then you go on to say, man, I ain't got my movies. And I'm like, yeah, so wouldn't he be able to accomplish so much more? It's not having internet really a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Or having some less appealing internet that's much cheaper that where you don't want to be on it so much and you maybe can do some other things. It's just throwing that out there, you know.
Like anything else, I think for some people it's probably better. And
Yeah.
for some people it's probably not better. But uh, I can see the positive whether you have internet or not. I really do. Uh,
Oh,
I learned a lot of things by way of internet that I would not have learned otherwise. So,
you
uh,
know, I guess, you know, and I guess I need to clarify. So when I say when I'm talking about the internet, I'm not necessarily saying losing the internet. I'm more talking about losing the entertainment aspect of the internet, as far as the television and the programming and the the inner your mind type of thing they do with entertainment and the the propaganda, the
right.
uh the look. I'm on
Media in general,
it. Look, so I'm fortunate and unfortunate, as I say, you know what I'm saying, that I've been to combat situations and stuff, you know what I'm saying. So I've been to basic training and we get to see explosions and and things like that, and we get to see what it really is. So if I'm watching the news, now it's supposed to be some kind of news, and I just happen to look up and they showing some shit that's happening over there. And I look at it for 5 seconds and I'm like, wait a minute. And it's bullshit. Come on now. And this, of course, you know what I'm saying? I see it, but how many people don't? You know what I mean? And there's no point in watching it. It's all a lie. Why are they showing fake bombings or some shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it like, wait a minute, no, 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 no. That's not how things explode. No, wait, whoa, wait a minute. Was it a flashbang? Like that's some shit. Like, wait a minute, what? So, yeah, it's so I had to go over to my partner like, yo, I tried to get him to come over there to verify, and it was gone. They hit you with it. It looks terrible, but I was able to see that it was garbage. It was a lie. There was no way that there was something real. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's a bad thing if you lose the entertainment factor of the internet, and if for anybody, you know what I'm saying. And if there was a way for you to save money just by not having the entertainment factor with your internet, I would I would say more power to you. Because
I have to.
if there was some kind of bundle with your TV to get some cable and some extra channels or some NFL or anything, man, look, if you can save money by not having it, I would recommend dropping it because it's all lies. I can't find the truth in it, and that's being 100. I can't find the truth in it, and I'm
Well,
just I'm a normal person. I ain't claiming to be nothing other than somebody just look. I'm talking about life experience. I said I came here at factual actual as empirical data. These are facts. And I'm not, if I'm thinking, I'm gonna say I'm thinking. If I know, I know. And some things I just know because I experienced them through my life. I had to go to Iraq a couple times and spend a couple of years of my life in this hellhole. So I happen to see some things that the average person doesn't see. So when I see bullshit on TV, I know it's bullshit, and I'm not just talking out my ass. So I know they lying about that, and I've seen other countless things they lied about. Look, it's no point in watching it. All it's gonna do is fuck your mind up. To be honest with you, go do something else. Go play tennis. I don't give a shit, but don't do that.
Gotcha.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
there's always something. There's always something you can be doing better with your time than wasting it. So that was a very general statement, but there's always something. If you're wasting your time, I, there's always something you can be doing better. Uh, and
Mhm.
I don't know. I, I got to weighing out things I wanted to do, uh, and when I calculate things I want to do, you add up your money, more or less, and I look at how much money is going to where. And sometimes you got money going to places. Do you really want to put that much money into that? No, there's got to be a better way. And I'm all
Yeah,
about a better way.
a better way. Well, you know, you got my mind running here. To be honest, I'm sitting up here and like I'm trying to get my words together of how to put this where I just don't where it don't just sound like gibberish. You said time wasted, right?
Yeah.
Considering the world has us. No, let me not say the world because the world ain't did this. This this group, this evil or whatever we want to call it, right? Has us so crossed up that how is anything we do not a waste of time? The fact that you're talking about money, which is useless, you know what I'm saying, to put it there, you know what I mean? When really we should be doing something all together, you know what I mean? Like they got us strapped and stuck on this. Well, we need to do this so we can get this when it's really bullshit. You know what I mean? It ain't what's not a waste of time. You get what I'm saying? I'm like I said, I'm trying to put this in work. With us being so lost, what they got us so, you know what I'm saying, far out there, how is anything we doing not a waste of time? Like, sh- I mean, because if you go into church and praying, is that really the right thing to do? If you going to watch football every day, if you gambling, if you going to work, is that I mean, is that really not? Think about it. You going to work, is that not truly, if you think about it in life, not a waste of your time? That's time you could be with your family, or you know what I'm saying, building a porch. Who, you know what I mean? What's not?
And that's the answer to your question, what you just said. You know, each each individual determines what's rewarding to them and what is a consequence to them. That's something you determine. And if it's not edifying, there's a good chance it's tearing down. So I get what you're saying. What is not a waste of time to me? Well, uh, doing this broadcast every week is not a waste of time for me. Okay, so it's what value you give on the things in your life, and you should be able to enjoy some things in your life. The problem comes is what you just said. There's always some unscrupulous, greedy person trying to get a chunk of what is valuable to you. So I remember when everybody was cutting cords and they started streaming everything, then it was affordable. Well, after they could not change the laws in this country, to favor paid TV, then they found a way to increase the price of internet to the point where streaming is now so expensive, where it wasn't that way before. It's just like the whole idea of gas prices, you know, you know, it's all on paper and it's fictitious. It's a lie. There's no reason why we should be paying the amount of money that we are paying for energy. You know, it's all some person behind the wheel driving a car other than you if you don't pay attention. So I got where I can't watch regular TV because I got used to not having to listen to these stupid commercials these people are putting out to take my money. And then when I look at it from way back, well, we were told that the commercials are what pay the bills. So you put up with a couple minutes of commercials to see a 30-minute broadcast. Well, the number of minutes for a commercial to get a 30-minute broadcast has increased, you know. So you're looking at this, it's just like the lottery. Let's just use the lottery. It's okay, the lottery. They managed to get the lottery, which I'm not against the lottery, okay? I'm not saying that. What I am against is people, gaslighting me and, as they say, peeing down my back and telling me it's rain. The lottery came out. They finally pushed, the lottery. Okay. They've had a lottery since time began, probably. But the lottery was illegal money for a long time. And then somebody looked up and saw how much money was being made in the numbers racket and stuff like that. So, okay, well, we need to, all right, we're going to gamble. Okay, we don't change perception enough. Now we can gamble. So people started buying into the lottery thing because it was to benefit education. To this date, it has not benefited education once. Any money that they make from the lottery, they take away from the state coffers to put someplace else. And
You
so,
said for
uh,
the education.
yeah.
Oh shit.
This is the thing. This is my uncle explained this to me, and I don't know if I bought a lottery ticket since that time. Okay. All right. This is me. And then I'm gonna tell you what my uncle said. If look, if you spend $1 and you win 30 million, that ain't gambling, man. That is not gambling. Okay. But this is what I told my uncle. He said, well, first of all, you've got to understand why you don't gamble. That's a whole nother discussion. But let me just tell you this about the lottery. It is a voluntary tax. Okay. Because the money is not going into education like they say it is. They earmark it for education, but for every dollar they put into the education account from the lottery, they're pulling that much out to put into some other government thing. So it's the money is not really going to education in the way that you think. And another thing is the chances of someone winning, you know, is like it gets into the millions to one stuff. He said it's just not very likely that you're going to. They don't show you a picture of the millions of people who lost their dollar. They'll show you that one person in the millions that won. So what you're doing, because it's for the government gets the money and puts it into education, it's a tax. And this is a voluntary tax. You are paying a voluntary tax. So if you are anti-tax and all these people who are anti-taxes, I find when it boils down to it, They're anti-corporate tax, which they've been fooled into believing that that affects them in some kind of way. If you're poor, it that doesn't affect you. You know, the corporation not paying as many taxes, that doesn't affect your paycheck. You still gonna get that dollar, whether they're paying a lot of taxes, whether they're paying a little bit of tax. You're still gonna get that hourly wage, which is well below what you need to live. But I use the lottery. I use that snowball, that not snowball, uh that lie, like everything else on there. You're watching television. We are celebrating wealth and decadence. You know, that's what we do. That's why they call them celebrities. We are celebrating with what good thing that's going on in their world, and they're putting it in our face so that we can celebrate with them and that we can add even more to how much they get, knowing very well the average person like me is never going to ever going to break through that ceiling to make that kind of money, and yet we celebrate with them. You know, so I'm not celebrating with rich people. I don't care if Will Smith knocked the hell out of Chris Rock or if Chris Rock jumped up and kicked him in the balls. I don't care. That is not of any concern to me. Don't tell me about it. I don't care. There's two millionaires that they made so much money for advertisers looking to see what's the next entry into the journal of Chris Rock and Will Smith. I don't give a damn.
So check it. To go back a little bit on what you said, you said doing this podcast is not a waste of time for me. I want to second that. It's definitely not, and because I'm thinking, well, for me, I guess what's my definition of a waste of time? I guess for me, and I feel like if I'm out trying to help somebody and I'm trying to get other people to do better, I ain't trying to sell nobody nothing. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I just want people to be better, and I think if people were better, that better things will come. And so I don't think I'm wasting my time because the only thing I've ever done was come here and try to help people, and of course to help myself. You know, that's it. So no, definitely not a waste of my time, and I think that if you're out trying to help other people and doing the right thing, it is not a waste of your time. That's just my opinion, though. Like I say, you know, it is, and in empirical data, it works for me, and I love it. I love the feeling. It's just great, and it's been my best rewards.
I have to
But
say, I'm a better person. 365 days since this started. Are we a year old yet with this?
we coming up, yeah, it's getting close.
Yeah,
Believe
I
it or
am
not, it's getting close.
those many days a better person, uh, having invested in this in this program, and I've got way more out of it than I put in it. That's for sure. And that's something your Uncle Jack used to always say. The best investment you can ever make is in people, and he lived by that. And he contributed tons of money into people's lives so that they could do better. And it's rubbed off on me. Uh, it's all about people. And helping someone connect with their creator. I don't think there's anything more noble that you can do. Because when you help someone connect with their creator, you're teaching them how to fish as opposed to giving them a fish. And what the creator can do in an open mind and an open heart, it's amazing, you know, the things that take place inside a person when they get a little bit, just a little bit connected to their creator. Their lives just begin to change for the better. So It didn't cost me anything to come to the Lord, and yet it's been paying me ever since.
I hear you. Yeah. Um, yeah, I got me a yeah, man. I kind of went back for a second. I was started thinking about some. I kind of went into memory lane, for a moment. So I apologize. You triggered a memory for me when you were speaking of teaching a man fish as opposed to giving him fish. You know,
Well, you
that's what
say
my
it all the time, son. You say, think for yourself, God darn it. All you want people to
oh,
do is to think for themselves. That's
think for
that's the
themselves
same thing.
and
Teaching
not.
them how to fish. Then you can do what you want to. You can play with it all you want to, whether you use a floater or whether you use something else. You know, on
Yeah,
YouTube, they got ways of catching fish that just blow my mind, man. And they be
yeah,
tons of fish. And they don't even be out there. They do this little gizmo, set it up. They use whatever's around them to construct it. They go off and come back the next day and got more fish than you could set out there on the bank and catch, man. It's just,
uh,
yeah, just get them to thinking for themselves.
yeah, yeah. I think that's I think that's good advice. I think it's just good advice.
A
I
preacher
know
told,
that.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Tell me what the preacher said. I love that.
A preacher told me one time this thing, and that is, which I almost thought what it, what, well, it's gonna have to come back to me. I forgot what the preacher told me that quick, and I thought about it the whole
Well,
time we were talking.
I'm gonna tell you one of the things that I always it was very off-putting to me was always the preachers that sit up there and they had that 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 white Jesus, that Caucasian Jesus up there behind them, and they said that they read the Bible. And I don't necessarily know how you didn't question it, or you did it knowingly, which brings up a whole nother set of questions. Or had you not got to that chapter yet? I'm just,
I
I
remember,
mean,
I remembered, uh, as far as far back as I could. I'm gonna tell you what Christianity taught me. Now, I believe the Bible, okay,
yeah,
and I don't nobody ever. A lot of years and a lot of work went into that book, and it's still the best selling book in the world, and it has been that way for centuries. Okay, but my belief system is different now, and I believe I believe the book itself. Uh, I mean, I think people have been trying to pollute it forever and ever and ever. But when you connect with your creator and your mind is open to him, you can read that book and you see the spirit that it represents. I don't believe the Bible has magical powers. That's not something I believe. I don't believe a person in a courtroom putting his hand on the book and saying, "So help me God," trans transforms him from a liar to someone telling the truth. I don't believe that. But what I do believe is the spirit in which it was constructed. I do believe that. That I do. Now, translations have killed its meaning uh, from original text, and I do believe that. But when your mind opens up to the Creator, you see those things. Now, I grew up in a family where Jesus was never white. So you're a part of that family. Jesus has never been white. Uh, I was never taught that Jesus was white. So, I looked at the picture and I didn't even give it a second thought. The pictures of Jesus, uh, ever, because I never saw him as being white. Now, subconsciously, it probably was having an effect on me. What it did do for me was it 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 programmed me. I say programmed. What's the word for it? It conditioned me to accept the fact that he's a hypocrite, and you just live with that. He's a hypocrite. Just let him be a hypocrite. Well, as my mind grew, is if I'm not going to take any BS from my own, then I definitely ain't going to take no BS from somebody else's. Now, that's what an expanding mind got me to the place to say, I don't have to accept this. And I don't have to
well,
tell you what you want to hear to make you feel good, you know.
well, what I'm saying is, I just want to throw this out here. I wasn't necessarily putting the. I I have. I think the Bible is a very good. Is a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? Once you're able to read and understand it the way it was intended, But I was talking about the sheer fact that you could have just not put a picture up.
Mm. No, that's just not the way
You get
Europeans, the Westerners just don't think. They got to control everything. If
you
they
get
can't
so.
have, they can't control it, they don't want it.
I mean, you could
Westerners
really have did
are
without the
the
picture and let the book speak for itself as far as that's concerned. You know what I mean? But you notice that they put the the picture up, and that's the thing that kind of throws me about it. It makes me untrusting of the person up on the pulpit. To be honest with you, that's just. But these are it's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm
well,
not saying you need. Hmm?
you don't trust the position, trust the person.
Yeah,
You look and see if that person is living what they preach. I don't care who they are. It's just
yeah.
like this. Religion, like anything else that the Westerners are in control of, and that is, why is it that you or me, we can't go into a court of law and practice law? Well, you're not part of the club. Why is it that all these terms in the law are Latin? You know, because it's been Westerners have always had the philosophy of making it very, very complicated so that only a few can control it. And in this country, you know, to practice law, you must pass a bar. When really a bar is just an association, but they managed to uh, get legislatures and all these people to vote that to practice law, you have to have all this training and you have to pass the bar. But you can be beat up, butchered, castigated by the law, but you can't practice it. What kind of sense does that make?
Hmm? Well,
You
yeah.
can't practice law, but you can sure be penalized by it. That's just
Well,
it's
you in
self.
the beginning when you started that, you explained, they've always been known for taking something and making it very complicated so that they can control it. That's exactly what they do. That's why you can't do both. I mean, it would only make logical sense. You know what I'm saying?
If people could stand up and speak for themselves, it would bog the legal system down to a crawl, if that much. You know, that's
Well,
why they have they have made law is now a science. I don't care what they
well,
say.
I look to be honest with you. I think at the point that you jaywalking, I don't think that you should even have to see a police officer. I don't even think that's something that requires an officer. Considering they say we got all this crime going on, you know what I mean? You should be like going and like not really stopping somebody and reminding them that their tail light is out. There's so many civilians. Your mama done told you 13 times, and everybody else. You know, of course, you know your tail light. They don't really need a police officer to be stopping people for tail lights. You know what I mean? When there's actual crimes going on. So,
Well, over here,
I
you get your head blown off for a traffic violation.
well,
We just
what I'm
had
what
one, and it's on video. And the guy blows the guy's head off because it was a traffic violation.
yeah. So, I think yeah. Um, I haven't. I'm trying my best to not look at it. I mean, of course, I've heard. I'm trying myself not. I'm trying not to put that. I'm trying to avoid that negative. I understand. You know what I mean. I don't want to. I don't necessarily want to see the hurt. You know what I mean. But you know, what I'm saying is that now, if you had people speaking for themselves, what instead of bogging down the legal system, what it do will it also cut down on that because you have so many people in there about yelling about BS traffic tickets that it wouldn't be profitable or manageable for them to do. So they probably stop. So not that they should be pulling people over for fucking tail lights in the first place. There's enough good Samaritans out in the world to let you know that your tail light is out, or that your blinker don't work, or that you got a low tire. So we don't need police for that. We really don't.
Because when you add it all up, they got to be doing in between a real crime being committed. They got to occupy them with something. Well, hell, write tickets, man. Just fill around, try write some tickets, man. You know, if we've talked about this on the broadcast before, but if what came down the pipe today, a bona fide cure for cancer, it came down today. How long how long do you think it would take before people benefit from the cancer cure? 20
What do you
years?
mean?
If there was a cure for cancer today, how long would it take for people to actually benefit from the cure of cancer? At least 20 years, 30 years. Why? Because there is so much money being made in cancer that they would not, the FDA or whoever would not let this go on the market tomorrow because the industry, the cancer industry, is so prolific that they just would not let you end cancer today. They would tell you, think of the financial ruin there would be if we cured cancer today. Not to mention popular, all these lies and things would come in. Well, in order to support criminal a criminal industry, you have to ensure that there are so many crimes. That's the only way to support it. I look at around any court of law, any courthouse, you look around it, there are more lawyers, bail bondsmen, counselors, and all this. And I wonder how in the world can a courthouse support this kind of industry? Because there's a lot of money in crime. So if you take crime away, what is that going to do to the industry? It's going to wreck it. They say you could bring the legal justice system into check immediately if people stop taking pleas. And that's true. That's true. Well, that would bog down the legal system. No, because you're spending so much money on these petty Andy things that are non-violent offenses,
You know,
it keeps
they
you off of the corporate crimes that take place throughout the world. because
Well,
a person can steal billions of dollars legally, but you better not steal $1,000 ring from a store. But
mm,
corporations are robbing people blind all the time. It's just the way of the world, just the way it is now. Is it right? No, it's not right. Do we have to accept it right now? Probably we do, because we don't have enough power or enough say so. It has been taken away from us, uh, uh, from the rich. They've taken that out of our hands. And
you
can you afford a defense? Can you afford it? They have made it
Pop.
so expensive that you
So
cannot go into court and defend yourself because you can't do it.
I'm just Barbara, let me. I feel like I need to get this out in the ether. Some moved me to say this. I think that maybe we don't have the answers, but if we can get more people to start thinking for themselves, the answer might be out there. I
I
think it
tell you,
starts with that.
since you said that, over here, they for a long time they had traffic cameras. Remember,
Hmm.
in this country, you don't have traffic cameras anymore because
Mm.
somebody rich decided to fight it and proved it to be unconstitutional. Because you know, if people just took it for granted, it's on tape, I'm guilty. Well, some people who had time, money, and what have you fought these traffic cameras. And now they've done away with traffic cameras because a traffic camera cannot testify against you in court. But we just accepted it. So what did the state governments do? Well, we turned around and said, okay, but we can stop you from registering your vehicle. We can stop you from getting your driver's license if you don't pay these tolls and these fines and things like that. See, for every one thing that you get, there's about 10 other things you lose. So it's that's why I feel like if we work in here with people, good healthy bodies, good healthy minds, you know, that's the best defense against the oppression that this world looks at every single day or born into every single day and just have to live with.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey,
Uh,
have you ever seen the movie? Have you ever seen the movie Killing Them Softly with Brad Pitt? You
I
probably have.
feel like I have.
You probably have. Anyway, it's
I
about
feel like.
this hitman, this hitman. But at the very end of the movie, the last minute of the movie, Brad Pitt is talking to this corporate guy, and the sense is the corporation decided how much this hit was worth, and that's all they gave him to pay Brad Pitt for this hit he made. Okay, and then Brad Pitt gave went off on him in a way for about a minute, and at the ending thing, he said, "Now give me my money." Okay, so if anybody ever get a chance, watch the very ending of "Killing Him Softly," and it pretty much sums up how this country is, or how the world is. Let's say the world, because to just say it's here, I'm not saying it. I'm not anti anything. I'm just not for everything either. So it kind of sums up what we all are feeling, but we don't feel like we can do anything about it.
I don't think I've actually seen that film. Strangely enough, I try to cut back on my violence. You know what I mean? I know it sounds. I don't know. I think it's like unnecessary at this point. Like, I know you don't hate to hear this, but your boy Keanu Reeves, John Wick kind of just done it for me, man. After I saw John Wick 2, I was pretty much like, we probably went too far. I'm sorry. It was just
Well, you're not hurting my feelings by that because
so I didn't watch the third.
you didn't miss much either. I watched the third, but it's just like this last Matrix movie. You know, I don't. I have a problem. This before I had a better perception of the world around me. I still had a problem with messing with the classics. So
Yeah.
uh, it didn't matter. Some things should just stand alone. But I'm gonna tell you now, in this day and time, nothing is sacred. Nothing is off limits, man. They will make a
Well,
sequel to anything, or
I just
a
want
reboot, or a prequel. It's
I
nauseating to me.
look, look, I'm gonna tell you something now. this it's a joke. It's a joke, but I'm gonna say it anyway, man. Look, had I been watching, they better be glad I was watching the new Matrix on a fucking airplane. Because if not, I'd have walked up out there. The only reason I stayed in Phoenix because I was trapped on the airplane.
But you said,
Oh my god. It
if
wasn't
you'd have had a parachute,
if I had a fucking parachute, I'd have jumped, man. But I can't take it no more. Look,
uh,
so
they've all fallen off on me. If you are a filthy,
no,
stinking millionaire, you're no friend of
that
mine. And
I
I'm
just
not
want to say this.
celebrating somebody else's wealth when I'm poor.
All I'm saying about that particular movie, it's I don't care what the message was. It was ridiculous anyway. But the one thing was the movie just sucked beyond belief. I could not believe how bad it was, how slow the karate was, the stupid fights, how whack the agents was. It was so lackluster. I I just don't. Why you even make that shit? I was just like you just went. You didn't go make a sequel. You went and made some of the shit on the classic. You went and made a disgrace on purpose. This couldn't have
Yeah.
been an accident.
You mess. I'm just not into messing with the classics. Period. You know, and I understand this thing in music. Okay, each generation gets the opportunity to hear great music in their time reference. Okay, I don't like it, but I do understand because there have been some really great songs that my children probably would not have listened to had it been presented the way that it was. But then you turn around and they remake one and it captivates a whole generation again. And it's called timeless. Some artists make timeless music. I'm not saying that I particularly like it, but I do like the fact that my children get to appreciate it. Okay. All right. I Some things are just so darn good. Why you want to mess with them? Why you want to mess with them? Why mess with? I'm just into some classics. You just don't mess with. That's just my personal feeling.
I think I almost, to be honest with you, I think it's about probably the same reason that it was the same reason that Will Smith went and did that whole ass shit he did with Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? To draw attention to something. You know what I'm saying? To put your mind and focus there of why why did they make such a shitty movie as opposed to why did he go up there and embarrass himself like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a distraction. It had to be, and I think that they purposely like take timeless things and go and do that so that because they need a big shot because the world might fuck around and wake up and shit. and they need to throw some bullshit in there and pull you back in. And what better thing than the Matrix? You know what I'm saying? That kind of gave you a glimpse of trying to get out the fucking system, and put the thought in your mind. What better one?
Well, I wouldn't have paid to go see the 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 new major Resurrection. I wouldn't have paid to see it in the theater because it was cutting edge, state of the art then, and not much has changed. Uh, you just can't, you know, split an atom or something, man. Do something. Yeah, but that's I wouldn't have
I
paid
got
for it.
I got
What?
I got something. Look, I'm gonna throw one out here. Look, I know this is completely off the wall, but I'm gonna throw one out. For however fucking much money they made, that they not made, that they paid to make that movie, they could have went and fed some fucking people. How about that? That would have damn sure been a better way to go with their money. Go build a house, or go clean up somewhere. Go clean up some of them shitholes that's right down the road from fucking Hollywood, that's in shambles because of y'all government. How about that? That would have been a much better spend on that money right there than that. And probably most of the other shit that they've made too.
I have this question, and I've yet to get an answer to it. But why do I celebrate with these very, very rich people when they have something to celebrate and I don't? Why am I celebrating their wealth? Why am I celebrating their decadence? Why am I celebrating that with them when I still have to pay my internet bill, man?
I'm um in my opinion, it's called Stockholm syndrome.
Thank you, big brother. Can I have an
uh,
listen? I'm not celebrating. It's okay. I'm telling everybody out there, this is just Dwayne's opinion, but I'm just saying, you don't have to celebrate with them. You don't. You have nothing to celebrate. Why celebrate with them? Why celebrate with people who have more money than they know what to do with, that just gonna be stolen from them anyway by the time their career is over with? They're gonna go right back to
they
work.
have nothing to show for it.
I have nothing to show. I'm not celebrating. I'm not celebrating anymore with millionaires. Until I see a millionaire that's actually out of the goodness, what if there is any in there, goodness of their hearts, to actually give some back. You know, uh,
Let,
you didn't get there. You didn't get there on your own. A lot of poor people got you to a certain place, man.
look, well, it's a that's Dick Gregory 101, man. It's a game.
It's
It's a
I don't have
game.
to
That's
play it.
Hey,
I
you
have
ain't gotta play it. That's the
I don't have to play it. I don't have to
what.
play the game. I want to get people. I want to get if I do anything with looking at things, looking at a better way. One thing I want to to get out there is that you know there are people that are suffering. They are suffering, and I do this every day. I can go out, you can go out, and there's always over here. There's somebody on a corner asking for help. Okay, there are enough people hurting that it won't take $1 million to a one person to help their condition. You know, you don't have to give away your fortune. You know, to help most people who are sincerely destitute. It doesn't take all that, and I don't. I have nothing against let me put it like this. I'm not against anything, but I don't have to celebrate it either. So I've just made it my business. I'm not celebrating rich people. Some people, I know some people, and I'm going to leave them nameless because what I wanted to say earlier that the preacher told me and I forgot was this. Uh, we have so many things that we can support. You know, I don't have to be against anything. You know, I've got too many things to support or lift up or be in favor of that I'm not going to bog down in the things that I'm against. Uh, that being said, we can aspire to do so much better. And celebrating the decadence of a selfish society, I just refuse. I'm not going to speak against you, but I'm not going to support you either.
That's fair. I am not gonna dedicate my energy to none of your bullshit. How about that? I mean, I'm gonna put that to something else. That's just it. I Oh man, I ain't quite put my finger on it yet. I'm still working on it, but I just really ain't. I am not in. I fuck out of here with that bullshit. I just really don't.
Yeah, we
Ooh,
can
if I
do
knew
that.
how to sing. Yeah,
I'm in pursuit of the righteousness of the soul. That's the journey I'm on. And part of pursuing righteousness of my soul, the one of the first requirements is to give out helping hands, and that's to help people along the way. That's a requirement to get on the righteous road. You've got to be willing to help someone when you can. So, right now, I don't have a million dollars to send out to the world, but I've got some good advice that may be worth more than that. And I got it from living, you know, 59 years. I've learned in most cases, like I said, I've learned what not to do more than I know what to do. But I do know this: whatever you do, don't steal no corn. Don't steal no corn. We are at that mark. So
yeah. I love you, Bob. Um, I love everyone. I'm doing my best to remove this thing called hate out of my heart. Look, all I can say is I love y'all. Um, I love I love y'all. Thank you for listening, and I hope that I help someone, and hopefully there's a video out there that somebody's gonna catch someday that's gonna help them too. I can't ask for much more.
and I want to reiterate what my son said. I love you. And the best gift I have to give is my compassion and my empathy for a world that's hurting. So I love you and I pray for you. And whatever, if you don't do anything else, find a way to connect with your creator. That is the doorway into all good things. Find your call out for him, call on him. Open yourself up to connect with your creator. That's the solution to your problems. It's a better way.